Gopijana Ballabha Girivaram Dari Gopijana Ballabha Girivaram Dari Jasodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Jasodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Rama Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Rama Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Ballabha Girivaradari Gopijana Ballabha Girivaradari Jasodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Jasodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Rama Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Rama Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gaura Vimanande. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Padma-Hamsa Parītyā Ashtatarajadashishima. His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Tridandi Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Patita Pavana Savior of the fallen souls Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada flooding the whole material world with a tidal wave of super ecstatic Krishna Prema ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Padma-dalāyatekṣaṇaṁ Zapati-vajakacharja Astatarazadashi Srimad. His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shamakun Radhakun Giri Govardhan ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Mayapur Dham ki Jai. Navadip Dham ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham ki Jai. Ganga Mayi ki Jai. Jamuna Mayi ki Jai. Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Tusi Devi ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Gaura Premananda. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to His Divine Grace. Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale. Srimate Bhakti-vedanta Swamiti Namane Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtuchadesha Tarine. So, a little more deep sea diving here. Deep sea diving into the ocean of Srimad-Bhagavatam. Favorite reading, Srimad-Bhagavatam, 10th Canto, Chapter 54, texts 9 through 12. That's the, so we'll chant text 9 and then we'll just read further from there. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hanyamana Balaanika Vrishnibi Jaya Kankshibi Rajana Vimukha Jagmu Jarasanda Pada Sara Hanvamana Balanika Vishnibir Jaya Kankshibi Rajana Vimukha Jagmur Jarasanda Parasara Hanyamana Balanika Vishnibir Jaya Kankshibi Rajana Vimukha Jagmur Jarasanda Parasara Hanyamana Balanika Vishnibir Jaya Kankshibi Rajana Vimukha Jagmur Jarasanda Parasara. Vishnibir Jaya Kankshibi Rajana Vimukha Jagmur Jarasanda Parasara Hanyamana Balanika Vishnibir Jaya Kankshibi Rajana Vimukha Jagmur Jarasanda Parasara Hanyamana Balanika Vishnibir Jaya Kankshibi Rajana Vimukha Jagmur Jarasanda Parasara. Ladies, Yamana Balanika Vishnibir Jaya Kankshibi Jana Vimukha Jagmur Jarasanda Parasara Hanyamana Balanika Vishnibhujaya Kangshibi Rajana Vimaka Jagmur Jarasandha Parasara Hanyamana being killed Malaanika whose armies Vrishnibi by the Vrishnis Jaya for victory Kangshibi who were eager Rajana the kings Vimukha discouraged Jagmu left Jarasandha Parasara headed by Jarasandha. Translation: seeing their armies being struck down by the Vrishnis, who were eager for victory, the kings headed by Jarasandha were discouraged and left the battlefield. Shishupala samavitva hrittadarang vibhataram nashta tvisham gatotsaham shushvad badnama bhruvā. The kings approached Shishupala, who was disturbed like a man who has lost his wife. His complexion was drained of color, his enthusiasm was gone, and his face appeared dried up. The king spoke to him as follows. Purport: although Shishupala had not married Rukmini, he passionately considered her his property, and thus he was devastated like a man who has lost his beloved wife. Bobo Purusha Shardula Dharamas Vashram Midang Tvaja Na Priya Priyavo Rajan Nishta Dehi Shudrishvate. Jarasandha said, listen, O Shishupal, O tiger among men, give up your depression. After all, embodied beings, happiness in distress is never to be permanent, O king. 12, text 12. Vatadaru mavi yoshit nityate kahavechchaya evang vishvartantrobam ihate sukadok. Just as a puppet in the form of a woman dances by the desire of the puppeteer, so this world controlled by the Supreme Lord struggles in both happiness and distress. Purport: by the will of the Supreme Lord, living beings are awarded the proper results of their own activities. One understands the absolute truth, surrenders to the absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and is no longer considered to be within the material system of existence. Since those endeavoring within the material system or world are necessarily trying to exploit the creation of God, they must be subjected to reactions which are perceived by the conditioned souls as miserable and joyful. In fact, the entire material way of life is a fiasco when seen from the perspective of absolute bliss. It's true, isn't it? Absolutely true. That's why we're studying this. This is not mental speculation, my dear devotees. This is knowledge coming down by parampara system from the great sages, from the Supreme Lord himself. Therefore, tune in, tune on, and bliss out. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jata Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sajaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Svaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gaudavani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschachandeshatarine. So, we are very much blessed by the mercy of our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivajrakacharya Astatarasadashī Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Tridanti Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. It may appear from material vision that Srila Prabhupada has departed, but actually Prabhupada is here. I remember in Atlanta, you were also there. Prabhupada told us, he said, the spiritual master has two presences, Vani and Vapu. He said, actually, my spiritual master, I feel my spiritual master is always with me and seeing me. So the spirit, just like we have read, the spiritual master lives in sound, and in sound tries to spread the holy name around. So Prabhupada is not dead and gone if one actually sees from the transcendental perspective. If one has the transcendental eyes of understanding, Prabhupada is present in the form of these teachings. He's fully with us just as much right now at this very minute as he was back in the 70s when we were all dancing in ecstasy around the Vyasa-san, sitting in his lotus feet and drinking in the nectar deep, 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 deep into our hearts. So we can do the same thing right here, right now, because Prabhupada is right here, right now with us. So let us take this transcendental knowledge coming from Prabhupada and the previous acharyas and purify our hearts. As we read very nicely in this purport today, I was really enlivened to read this. Let's look at it again. Yes, one who understands the absolute truth surrenders to the absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and is no longer considered to be in the material system of existence. Can you imagine you can escape the material world, this miserable place of birth, death, old age, and disease, we're being tortured and like beat on the head with all this horrible, isn't it horrible stuff? I mean, who wants to get old? Who wants to take birth? Who wants to get sick? I mean, we're being attacked like anything, but you know what? You can say goodbye, material world. Goodbye. So long. Good luck, material world, because now I'm tuned in to Krishna consciousness, you see. Krishna consciousness is good as liberation. What does Rupa Goswami say? No, Bhagavatam, actually. Tatve nikam tamsumikṣamano bunjana evatmakatam vapapam shredbhagvapura vivadamanaste jiveda yomukti pasay sadaya bhak. A person who is constantly awaiting your causeless mercy bestowed upon him, who goes on suffering the resultant reaction of his previous misdeeds while constantly offering you respectful obeisances within the core of his heart, is a candidate for liberation, because indeed it has become his rightful claim. So in other words, if you actually come to this position as described in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, you're already liberated. You're already a liberated soul. Because you're no longer identifying with this bag of flesh, this bag of stool and urine, you see, mucus, bile, and air. You're no longer misidentifying with it, you see. You're as good as liberated already if you refuse to identify by this lump, this bag, you see. But we're so caught up in this bag. Isn't it horrible how much Maya has deluded us? Oh, that female bag or that male bag, we're all enamored by that bag of stool and urine because it has two breaths or whatever, and we're enamored by it, you see. It's time to kick it out, y'all, as we say in Texas. Kick it out with boot, you see. Get rid of that nonsense mentality of trying to enjoy in that place, dukkhalayam vashashvritam, but there is no enjoyment. Now, wouldn't that be just plain stupid or asinine to try and enjoy in a place where there is no enjoyment? We've been trying to do that for how many lifetimes? 1, 2, 3. You can't even count how many lifetimes you've been trying to enjoy in a place where there absolutely is not even a slight tinge of enjoyment. I mean, it's time to wake up and get out of this illusion. You understand this point? Bhakti Thakur very wisely advises Jivana Hoilo Sesh, Na Bhajile Rishikesh, Bhakti Manod Upadesh Mate, let's see, Bhakti Manod Upadesh Mate Rasaram, I forget the exact Bengali. Bhakti Manod Upadesh, the point of the English I remember. Bhaktivinoda is saying that this life may end, jivana hailo shapes, this life may end at any minute. At any minute you can be kicked out. But the great misfortune is, nabhajile rishi case, we've never tried to enjoy and try to serve, the Lord of the senses. We try to be an enjoyer instead of the servant. How many enjoyers are there in all of reality? Can you count? There's one. There's only one enjoyer. Everybody else is the enjoyed. You understand these points? There's only one enjoyer. Everybody else is enjoyed. You may say, well, that's not really fair. I want to enjoy too. That's not fair. I want to enjoy. But guess what, my dear listeners? The enjoyed enjoys more than the enjoyer. What? How is that possible? The enjoyed enjoys more than the enjoyer? What is the proof? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, what is this? This girl, Radharani, she's serving me and I'm tasting great bliss, but I see this girl is enjoying serving me more than I enjoy being served by her. What is this? He says, I want to taste her. I want to taste, but she tastes, so becomes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu standing right here, blessing us. He becomes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, taking on the complexion and the mood of Radharani, so he can taste that nectar, which is even greater than being the supreme enjoyer, that nature, that taste of being enjoyed by the supreme enjoyer. So don't feel left out, my dear Prabhus and Manajis and Maharajas. Don't feel left out. Krishna is giving you the greatest ecstasy. The greatest ecstasy. And you know what? That's why we exist. You ever wondered, why do I exist? It's become mama, dad, want to have a baby? No, that doesn't explain you as an Atma. You exist because the supreme enjoyer wants to taste loving relationships. In fact, an unlimited number of loving relationships. And that's why that supreme enjoyer is expanding from himself an infinite number of living entities to have a unique rasa or flavor or taste with each and every one of them in 5 different categories. Within each category, there's an infinite number of subcategories. And guess what? You're one of those subcategories. Each one of us is one of those subcategories. Each one of us has unique personality that gives Krishna a certain pleasure when we serve him. So don't deny Krishna the pleasure he wants to get of your loving service, you see. So let us actually come what's described here, you see. It's described in this purport. Let's come to that level, you see. Let us come to that level of actually not anymore identifying ourselves with this material existence. Let us come. Let's come. Let us come. Bhaktivinoda, in that same bhajan, he's very nicely describing Grihe tako vane tako sadahari bole dako. Whether you're one of those city people living in a big multi-rise apartment there in Delhi on the 20th floor, or you're one of those forest dwellers living in a different tree every night, like Rupa Goswami, you see. Whatever your position is, always chant the holy names. And then he says, Suke duke bala vanani hare nam korure. Whether you're blissing out like anything, you're as miserable as hell, doesn't matter. Just chant the holy names, you see. Whether you're in ecstasy, you're depressed like anything, chant Hare Krishna and you'll be okay, you see. And then he continues, Maya jale badaya, Maya jale badaya, let's see, Maya jale badaya, I forget the Bengali. He says, you've been caught up in the network of Maya, forced to toil fruitlessly. Ekano chaitanya behe radha mava bolore. So now you've gotten full, now in this human form of life, you've gotten full consciousness, you see. In the other forms, we only had partial consciousness. How much consciousness these monkeys have? If we ask the monkeys to come here, Bhagavatam, they may come looking for some bananas. How many monkeys have come? There's so many monkeys. How many have come to Bhagavatam with us? Is there any monkeys here? Maybe we all think we're monkeys, I don't know. The monkeys aren't interested, you see. Because ekana chaitanya peya, now in this human form, we've gotten full consciousness. We can go, yeah, Bhagavatam. That sounds pretty good. I want to see how to become liberated from this hellish nightmare of material existence. So how can I get out of this nightmare I'm living in right now? So, Bhaktivinoda advises, ekana chaitanya, radha madhava. Chaitanya, the name is Radha Madhava. So just see how Prabhupada has connected us with Bhaktivinoda. Bhaktivinoda says, chant Radha Madhava. So what do we sing every morning? Jaya Radha Madhava. Prabhupada has connected us directly with Bhaktivinoda, who told us to chant Radha-bāva. Now we're doing it every day for Bhagavatam classes. So it's a great blessing how Prabhupada is connecting us with these previous acharyas. Prabhupada does not invent anything, he's simply passing down. So we have to learn how to follow our beloved Srila Prabhupada, not add or subtract anything from Prabhupada's program, his agenda, you see. Should be completely dedicated. Whatever Prabhupada gave us, let us keep it as it is. Bhagavad Gita as it is, Krishna conscious movement as it is. Not that now we'll have the new improved ISKCON, you see, like the new improved toothpaste. We want ISKCON as it is. You see. Those who had the great fortune of being here with Prabhupada back in the 70s and late 60s, who actually saw Prabhupada, were be with him, saw how he preached, saw what his standards were, you see. We want to keep it like Prabhupada gave it to us, not change it, you see. Just imagine if we can change it a little bit. Just, 0.000%. Thing is, if you change it a little bit, then over time that changes increases. Before you know it, there'll be nothing left of what Prabhupada gave you, you see. So let's not change it even a little bit, not even an itsy bitsy teeny meeny little bit. Let's keep it as it is, you see. And then what will be the result? You will not be living in the material world, you see. If you change it a little bit, then you're no longer you're in this material world. You see, even a slight tinge of change of what Prabhupada gave us keeps us rooted in the material nature, you see. It has become absolutely pure, you see. That's the key. Absolutely pure. I was hearing a wonderful lecture by Prabhupada, so enlivened by Prabhupada's lecture. He was saying how when your heart is completely pure, you can look at the deity and you won't see a deity. You'll see Krishna himself standing there. Just imagine you go in a time machine 5,000 years ago here in Vrindavan, and you go to actually associate with Krishna. It's like, see him in his cowherd boy leelas, his Damodar leela. You could actually be there seeing it happen right before your very eyes. Just imagine what that'd be like. Well, you can have the same rasa, the same taste, the same flavor right now, right here in 2024, if you kick out all the dirt in the heart, you see. So that's what we should desire to do. As Prabhupada personally ordered me in one letter, all material desire zero, and he underlined with his pen, all material desire. I mean, you can't, well, Prabhupada is 99.99% good enough? No. He said, all material, you see. Every last smidgen of all material desires, kick them out, you see. Flush it all down. Get rid of all that stool and urine, you see. The lust, the anger, the greed, the madness, illusion, envy. Let's not cheat ourselves, dear devotees. Let us not cheat ourselves by holding on even a slight tinge of a desire to enjoy in this place where enjoyment is absolutely, totally, completely non-existent. We can taste that bliss. And then Bhaktivinoda, in that song, he says, Bhaktivinoda, he says, just once relish the nectar of the name. That's the most amazing thing. Ekvarnam rase matore. Now I remember it. Ekanam rase matore. He just once become intoxicated by the name, you see. That's all we have to do, my dear devotees. That's all we have to do. It's all there. The whole Krishna's Leela, his Dham, his activities, all of his associates, it's all packed into those two syllables, Krishna. You want to go back to the spiritual world and associate with Krishna, his original pastimes? All you got to do is chant once Krishna's name, Krishna, with full attention and full purity, you see. Ekmarnam rase matore, even once Bhaktivinoda Thakur advises. That's all it takes. So we got to work on it. He said, as one's become totally, completely intoxicated by the name. He said, say, what's the benefit of becoming intoxicated by the name? Well, here's the benefit, my dear devotees. Right now, we're intoxicated by lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, envy. The opposite sex, especially the biggie, you see. We're intoxicated by these things. Yeah. I can enjoy. I know, I get so many letters from people on the internet. I can see what people, they reveal their hearts to me. It's just unbelievable what's going on and how much dirt is going, even inspiring devotees, how much dirt is going on in their hearts. It's shocking, the emails I deal with every day from people all over the world. It's heavy. I see what's going on in their hearts. I know what's going on in their hearts because they reveal it to me, what they're going through, you see. Those material desires, very, 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 is a burning fire in the heart, you see. A burning, raging fire in the heart, you see. Because we haven't learned how to truly relish the holy name, you see. We're trying to relish material sense gratification, subtler growth. We're still trying to relish that which is totally unrelishable. So how do you get rid of the unrelishable? Krishna tells us in 259. It's very clear. Vishayavani vartante niraha rashidehina rashavashang rasho priyashva parang vasandevartate. The embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, though the taste with sense object remains, but ceasing such gains by doing what? Experiencing a higher taste. He is fixed in consciousness. So Bhakti is advising us to get that higher taste. That's all he's saying in that song. What I really like about that song is the first verse. Gai Goramadhursvade, Gai Goramadhursvade, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Gai Goramadhursvade. What does that? What does Gai Goramadhursvade mean? It means Lord Chaitanya is sweetly chanting the holy names. Now, I like the passionate kirtans too. I mean, the passionate kirtans are pretty cool. You know, boom, 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 boom. They're cool. Prabhupada liked them too. He encouraged them. But there's also what's called the sweet, sweet, sweet kirtan, you see. Just go on. We can go on for hours, you see, not wear out. Sweetly chanting. Lord Chaitanya would sweetly chant the holy names. Bhaktivinoda describes it, very sweetly chanting Hare Krishna mantra. So in this way, if we can just once dive into that sweet, 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 sweet ocean of Nama, the Namamrita Sindhu, you see. If we can just once dive deeply, like a deep sea diver going deep, 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 deep into Namras. That's what we have to do, my dear devotees. We have to learn to be deep, as I said in the beginning, deep sea diving. And that's what it all boils down to. Go deep, deep, deep into the ocean, you see. Because it's all there. Your eternal identity with Krishna is there too. But don't try to guess, well, I think I'm this. It's like one of my readers, she says, well, I think I'm a gopi, or I'm Krishna's wife. Don't do these sahaja type things. Kick them out. Those will disqualify you becoming Krishna's pure devotee. Just become the servant of the servant of the servant of the servants. We're hearing Janardhan Maharaj saying this morning. Become the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant, a million times removed. That's how Krishna accepts you. Not that, well, Krishna, I want to be your wife or your lover. No, kick it out with boot. It's lust. It's your lusty desires. Don't hold on to lusty desires. Krishna won't appreciate them. He wants to see you're the sold-out servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. And he say, oh yes, this person is qualified. Just like Bhaktisiddhanta used to say, or did say, when they offered this Abhayacharana day, we'd like to recommend this Abhayacharana day for initiation, Guru Maharaj. He said, oh yes, he hears very nicely. Prabhupada explained, because Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati spoke with very erudite English, just like we see in its translation from Brahma Samhita. Very, very erudite English. Even native English speakers have a hard time catching him up with him. Just like he says, he is an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and possessor thereof. In his work of creation of millions of worlds, his potency remained inseparable. I mean, that's pretty high-level English. High-level English for us native English speakers. Wow. He's an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and possessor thereof. High-level stuff. So Prabhupada wasn't so learned in English, and he couldn't understand what Guru Maharaj was talking about, but still he wanted to hear. Just the sound vibration. He said, I can understand or I cannot understand, but still I would go on hearing, you see. So that's the key, my dear devotees. Whether you understand or do not understand, just dive deeply into Shravanam, hearing from the bona fide speaker of the Krishna consciousness message. Take it deep, deep, not in one ear, not the other ear, take it deep, deep, deep within your heart. And therefore, Bhaktisiddhanta said, yes, he hears very nicely, I will accept him as my disciple. So let us become qualified disciples in this line of Bhaktisiddhanta, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Bhaktivedanta Swami, and his followers. Let us become bona fide representatives of the wonderful disciplic sign, the Madhva-Gaudiya Sampradaya. Let us become qualified members of that Sampradaya by very, very qualitative hearing. You see. That's where it all starts. If you hear nicely, you can speak nicely. If you hear and speak nicely, you can remember things very nicely. Again, I apologize, I messed up the Gravastakam prayers this morning during Mangalarti. So I apologize about those of you who heard I messed up the Gravastakam prayers. That means I have to improve my hearing and chanting too. My remembrance is a little off during Mangalarti, the Samadhi this morning. I apologize again. Please don't ban me completely. Give me another chance. So anyway, maybe you have some challenges. You think I'm really off the track. Sankarshan Prabhu, you're really off the track. I'm going to show how you're wrong in this way. Please show me how I'm wrong. Anybody want to point out how I'm deviating from Prabhupada's Siddhanta? Anybody want to show me how I'm off the track? How I'm a rascal trying to introduce some bogus philosophy here in ISKCON? And if not, if I have no challengers, then let's hear some questions. Yes? Microphone, okay.
Prabhupada often said that I'm busy. You know, either I'm writing, translating. If I get a little bit hungry, I'll take some prasadam. A little tired, I'll take a little rest. But I'm always busy. So can you give us some ideas how to always be busy hearing and chanting? Because that's the essence you're saying, that hearing and chanting deeply. But what are some, besides chanting rounds, and I mean, when you get up in the morning, maybe you're listening, or getting dressed, you're listening, and make it a point to kind of fill up your whole day with some good stuff.
Your question actually I take as a great blessing. It reminds me of an instruction I got from my Vardhana Pradarshaka Guru, His Holiness Vishnu Jana Swami. Prabhupada told me, he said, you have been trained up in the expert guidance of His Holiness Vishnu Jana Swami. It's a fact. He gave me one instruction I can never forget. Back in '71, he said, very simple instruction. Very simple. He said, no gaps for Maya. It's very simple. No, everybody repeat that. No gaps for Maya. No gaps for Maya. That's the key. And then, why no gaps for Maya? Because if you give Maya Devi an inch, how much will she take? A mile, at least. Not 10 million miles or 10 billion miles. Don't leave any gaps for Maya. As soon as you do that, she sneaks in and grabs you, you see. Well, I'm chanting Hare Krishna very nicely, but I'm thinking about that beautiful girl over there. Finished. You see? Huh? So you got to really root it out, my dear devotees. Root it out. Kick it out. Kick it out, but boot. As Yamunacharya Bhadra said, when you think about having sexual intercourse, he would spit. Spit at the damn thought, you see. Spit the damn thing. Get it out of the brain. He was previously a playboy, having sex with so many girls as a king, you see. But now you remember on those days when he had his sex pleasure in the palace, but now the memories would haunt him. Kick him out. Spit at him, you see. So we have to be very good spitters. That's one way. If something interrupts with your sadhana, spit at it. Get out of here, you damn thought. Get out, get out, get out. Take a stick and beat it. Get it out, you see. And then at the same time, you have to fill yourself up, you see. Find, as we've heard this morning, Janardhan Maharaj read a wonderful quote from a letter to Sukadev this morning in the morning program. If you have some expertise, use it, some talent, use it for Krishna, you see. If you're a good singer, sing for Krishna. If you're a good cook, cook for Krishna. If you're a good fighter, fight for Krishna. You see, if you have any talent, use it in Krishna's service. That will satisfy Krishna, and you'll be satisfied also. Whatever your talent is, everybody has some talent. So whatever talent you have, use it for Krishna. And that will inspire you. That will enliven you. And also be ready to do whatever Krishna wants also. Not I only do what I want for, no. Find out what Krishna wants. What will please my spiritual master, you see? How can I please my spiritual master? What would he like? That's another nice prayer. You can say, my dear Guru Maharaj, please bless me that my every thought, my every word, my every deed in all times, places, and circumstances will give you unlimited pleasure. The thing is, you can always beg, you see. You can go over for Krishna and Balaram during the Mangalarti and beg, my dear Krishna Balaram, please bless me, I can be your pure devotee. I find that praying is a very good way to fill the gaps. Prayer. Keep praying all the time. Whenever you're not engaged in hearing, chanting, remembering, offering prayers is a great way to always stay connected. When you see your mind going away, my dear Krishna, please help my mind always be fixed to your lotus feet. Prayer is a fantastic thing that I use a lot. Personally, I recommend prayer. Prayer is really cool. Prayer works. It really does. Not praying for give me a Cadillac, a brand new Cadillac, replete with Michelin tires. Give my wife a new silk sari. Give my kids a Harvard education. Give me a house by the sea. Om Jagadish Hari. Not that kind of prayer. But Krishna, please bless me with pure bhakti. We have a special prayer for that. You know that prayer? It goes like this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That prayer really works. And you can do other prayers that support it, you see. And we have to chant. Another trick that really helps is it's actually not a trick, it's absolutely essential, don't chant mechanically. Chant from your heart, you see. Let's say you're drowning in a river. You're calling for help. Will you put any feeling into that call, or will you just say it mechanically? Help, help, help. You go, help, 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 right? So we have to chant Hare Krishna in that mood, not this mood. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. My dear Krishna, my dear Mother Radharani, please save me. I'm drowning in this ocean of lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, envy, going through millions and billions of lifetimes trying to artificially enjoy when there is no enjoyment. Please rescue me. In that mood, chant Hare Krishna, you see. And then you'll see it works, you see. It works, you see. We have I have 10 minutes on that, or is that?
Hare Krishna.
Got 10 minutes. Oh, it's a question, okay.
Yes.
Question from the Manaji
thank
side,
you for
okay.
Your nice, beautiful words. I just have a question. You said that we should not have any desires. But sometimes we have some desires relating to our responsibilities.
What kind of responsibility you have a desire for?
Suppose we have some responsibilities for our family, or we have some responsibilities related
That's all right. Yat karoshi yadasnasi yad yahosi dadasi yad. Whatever you do it as an offering to Krishna. You have a kid, raise the kid to be a devotee. If you have a husband, help him in his Krishna consciousness. Whatever desire, you can dovetail all your material desires into Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada told me like that. Prabhupada personally instructed me that way. If you have some desire for this, then do it in a way that's Krishna conscious, you see. We don't deny desires, we say spiritualize all of them, you see. A desire to build a temple, like, what is that name? Maharaj Man Singh, right? He wanted to serve Rupa Goswami. So Rupa said, all right, give me some money, I built this Radha Govinda temple. This king had a desire to do some service. So Rupa Goswami engaging this building this beautiful Radha Govinda temple, the first temple here in Vrindavan, you see, Radha Govinda temple. He had a desire to do some service, so he said, yes, give me some money to build this temple, you see. So you have a desire to do something and do it for Krishna. That's the key. Don't do it for sense enjoyment, do it for Krishna. If you want to have some kids, make some kids into devotees. See? Whatever your desire, offer in Krishna's service. Your desire to go on a vacation, come to Vrindavan or go to Mayapur, you see. Not that you go to Miami Beach. Yes. That's all right. That's okay. You can make a temple in Miami Beach. Well, I was just be a devotee in Miami. We had our temple in Coconut Grove in those days. Very nice. There was mango trees and everything. It was heavenly. Yeah, very good mangoes. I would chant japa in the morning, chanting japa, and the mangoes are falling from the sky. Really like a heavenly planet. Hare Krishna, there's another mango calling from the heavens. So you can have a temple in a nice place, that's all right. But don't make a gambling casino. You see. Or we have to try to think what will please my spiritual master, what will please Srila Prabhupada, what will please the Acharyas, what will please Radha and Krishna. Do everything for their pleasure, and then you'll be amazed at how all of your desires become spiritualized. If you engage whatever you desire in Krishna's service, then all of a sudden those lusty desires will drop by the wayside. They won't be bothering you anymore because you're getting so much satisfaction by spiritualizing all your desires and not using them for material purposes. Anything else from the assembled Vaishnavas? Here we go. I see two hands. I saw your hand first. You're the next in the queue. And you're after him.
Gurudev.
Okay.
Gurudev, during extreme health crisis, I failed to
chant. A little bit too loud. Take it away from your mouth. It's blowing out my ears.
During extreme health crises, I failed to chant my rounds. I feel miserable for that. What should I do?
What's his question? Health. Yeah. Well, you're chanting him or not?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Look at Prabhupada in his last days. He was fully Krishna conscious, but he was practically like a skeleton, but he was still Krishna conscious. So that day is coming for all of us, where we're just going to be like a skeleton, practically laying on the deathbed. We have to be so tuned in that we actually take it as a blessing. You see? If you're properly tuned in, you'll say disease and illness is a great blessing. It's helping to get ready for death. It's like a sneak preview of death. That, wow, this is wonderful. I'm horribly ill right now. What a great blessing. I'm getting a chance to prepare myself for death right now. So take it as, don't be disturbed. Sometimes I get these emails. Why is Krishna doing this to me? I'm chanting his rounds, but I'm sick. I lost my job. My kid, I flunked my exam. Why is Krishna doing this to me? You see. They want Krishna to serve them, you see. So don't take illness as that Krishna is not doing his job properly. No, take sickness and illness and poverty or whatever, honor, dishonor, whatever is coming to you which you find inauspicious, take it as a great blessing to remind you this is not me, this material body is not me, this material body is not my actual place. Take it all as a blessing, and then guess what? Your chanting will improve, even in that disease state. Take it as Krishna's special mercy and show how much you appreciate his mercy by doing what? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Try that, it works. I guarantee you, or double your money back. Okay, over here.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev. Dando Pranam, Gurudev. There is, as you said, there is no
Now a little loud. You be a little louder.
Yeah, okay. There is no happiness in the material world.
Right.
Yeah. And normally, like, without happiness, surviving in the material world is little difficult.
I missed that sentence. Say it again slowly and clearly.
Surviving in the material world.
There's no happiness in the material world. I got that.
And surviving in the material world.
Surviving in the material world.
Without happiness.
Without happiness.
Is very difficult.
It's very what?
Difficult.
Difficult? Yeah, that
very
sure
difficult.
is.
So how to understand there is no happiness in the material world? Gurudev?
How to understand there's no... Do you think there's any happiness here? Do you think there's happiness here?
Yeah, with you and Krishna consciousness, yes.
How to understand there's no happiness here? Yeah. That's your question, right? How to understand there's no happiness in the material world?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a number of ways you can do it. One is through the eyes of Scripture. The trouble is we think there's happiness here. That's the big problem we have. Yeah, I'm happy. I have an apartment. I have a wife. I got an income. I got a good job. I got a nice car. Yeah, I'm happy here, y'all. I'm really happy here. So how to get out of that illusion of thinking I'm happy here? It's a big challenge we all face, to be honest with you. It's a big challenge we all face. Yeah, I've got this, I've got that. I got sannyas ashram, or I'm a guru, or I'm a GBC, or I'm a temple president. Yeah, I got... See, this is the problem we have. We think, now I'm enjoying, I'm a senior devotee, I got respect from everyone. This is a problem. Or I'm a new devotee, and I got a nice girl lined up to be married. You know, all this is a problem we have. It's a big, 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 humongous problem we have of thinking we can enjoy here, you see. So how to get out of it? One thing is you can pray. My dear Krishna, I am deluded by the material energy. I still foolishly think I can enjoy here outside of serving you. So my beloved Krishna, please help me rid myself from this delusion. That's one thing I recommend, praying intensely for Krishna's mercy to help you. That really works. If you beg Krishna again and again and again, my dear Lord, please free me from this horrible illusion of thinking I can enjoy separately from serving and loving you. I recommend prayer again. Back to my previous, prayer works. Pray for it again and again and again. And the other way is get the higher taste, you see. When you get the higher taste, what is that enjoyment I thought I could have here? Spit at it. I thought I could enjoy in this way? What a joke. I was so deluded by Maya to think I could actually enjoy in that way. The other way is to get the, as Bhaktivinoda says, Ekbar nam rasi mato re. Just once relish the nectar of the name. When you actually can taste the nectar of the name and you compare it with every other thing, you can have the material world, even the post of Brahma. Even if you were a Brahma, you had your own universe, it's nothing compared to the nectar of the name, is it? So we have to strive to get the pure now. Study the 10 offenses and be careful to avoid them. That's another way to do it. You see, prayer, avoiding the 10 offenses, this way. Anything else? Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, you mentioned about making material desire zero.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, Prabhupada even wrote in the letter that...
Material is zero, and then?
Yeah. So, Maharaj, like my question is like, suppose we ourselves, we are trying our best, like putting very hard efforts to make our material desires zero. But often, most of the times, like we see, like we are like, sometimes we are in the...
carried away by material desires.
No, Maharaj. Like sometimes I feel like personally when I'm amongst the devotees, like, but it not...
Sometimes what?
Like when I'm in the midst of the devotees, like not here, somewhere else, but like I feel the other devotees, they might not be trying that much hard to work on all the material desires.
Yeah,
and
what
like,
about you?
Yeah.
You're finding fault with the devotees for
No,
not
no, no, Maharaj.
Wait a minute. You're saying some of the devotees are not trying hard to get rid of material desires. What about you?
No, I'm trying hard, but I feel that...
I'm trying hard, but they aren't, right?
No.
I'm trying hard to get material desires. They're not doing it. Whoa, better look out.
No, Maharaj,
Better look out, you see. Devotee means you look for the glories of others and find the faults in yourself. But you're looking for the faults in others and look in the glories of yourself. You got to look out. You're on the wrong track. You're on the wrong track.
Yes.
You got to get yourself on track. Look for the glories of other devotees and look for the faults in yourself. That's how you become pure. Not by looking at the faults in others and looking at the glories of yourself.
No, Maharaj.
Okay, you got my point?
Yes, Maharaj, I got your point. But Maharaj, like I mean
But?
that, Maharaj, just question like which I wanted to ask. I will try to follow which your advice.
Okay.
But my question is like, suppose the desire which I am trying to overcome, if I find that desire always around me, so that desire will not allow me to overcome that desire.
Now, wait a minute.
Desire.
Wait a minute. Their
So-
material desires will not allow me to overcome my material desires, right?
Like, if
Now, wait a minute. Because they're not pure, therefore I cannot become pure. Give me a break. I mean, this is ridiculous. Am I getting his point correctly?
I'm not sure whether I'm able to.
Show me a place where there's no Maya. That's right there in the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We're all drowning here in the ocean of birth and death. But what you need is the life buoy to pull you out. The holy name is the life buoy. Because others are drowning doesn't mean you can't grab one. Let's say the others are not holding, a life buoy is being thrown to everybody who's drowning, and they're not grabbing the life buoy. Does that mean I can't grab the life buoy? If there's 20 people drowning in the ocean, right? And The lifeguard is shedding 20 life buoys of those 20 people. Well, the others are not grabbing their life buoys, so I can't grab mine. You understand my point? And the others are not grabbing their life buoy. You grab yours and encourage them to grab theirs. You see? If you see the devotees are not sincerely endeavoring for pure devotion, you be an example for them. You inspire them by your example. Not that you have to force on them, but you inspire the others by your example, you see. You become an example of somebody who's sincerely striving in pure devotion. What does it say? Acharya means one who inspires by you. Are to be an acharya. You set the example of somebody whose only desire is pure devotional service, and the whole world will follow your example. You understand my point? You be the example, and everybody will follow your example. Prabhupada says that. In his purport in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, he says, if one chants the holy name of the Lord without offense, he becomes Jagat Guru, and under his influence, everybody in the whole world will take up Krishna consciousness. So you be that example of someone who purely chants the holy name, and then they'll all follow you. We'll all follow you. I'll follow you also. Well, I'll follow you. I'll follow you too. I'll become your follower too. If you get Shudanam on your lips, I'll follow you. Okay? I guess we're a little bit about overtime now. Oh, by the way, shave the beards. One last footnote. Prabhupada clearly said in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 20, how Sanatana Goswami was keeping a beard and the long hair, and Rupa Goswami wanted him to shave up. He said, and then Prabhupada says that this beard, and this is not the Chaitanya Sampradaya. So cut the beard or cut your relationship with Chaitanya, your choice. So if you want to be connected with Chaitanya, cut the beard. Otherwise, Prabhupada turned the hippies into happies. So let's not turn the hippies back, the happies back into hippies again. Prabhupada very clearly said, if anyone with long hair and a beard wants to join the Krishna consciousness movement and live with us, he must similarly shave the beard and must similarly shave and be clean shaven. The followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would consider long hair objectionable. So Prabhupada objected, but when Prabhupada was here, nobody had a beard. There was 0 beards in ISKCON, 0. Prabhupada didn't have beard. None of us had beards. Those who were disciples, when Prabhupada was here, can confirm. Any of the Prabhupada disciples here, they can confirm there was no beards when Prabhupada was here. So let's keep ISKCON the way it was. And I had an interesting talk the other day. There was a table by the Goshala. People were compressing. They were protesting about the change in ISKCON. But one of the guys had a beard. He was complaining about the changes in ISKCON. He was keeping a beard to complain about the changes in ISKCON. So let's keep ISKCON the way Prabhupada created it, clean shaven. Okay? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.